What's up?
What's up, YouTube family?
All right, YouTube, we are back. I had to revisit my guy, Matt Walsh, again today. I've been reading this topic on YouTube for a minute, but I was like, you know what? I think we gotta just check this one out. I watched some of it today while he was at work, and I paused it, and I was like, wow, he's gonna think I'm crazy. But this is Matt Walsh, and he's reviewing woke kids shows.
Wow, okay, this gotta be interesting.
This is gonna be very interesting. Yeah. I already had some things to say when I saw one part, and I was like, well, I can't wait to hear a man's perspective on this video here.
You gotta say,
so,
Mr. Matt Walsh,
and with his little crazy little comedy. All right.
You know, back in my day, growing up in the utopian Garden of Eden period known as 1990s,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
we had kid shows, which the interesting thing about the kid shows is that they were shows for kids.
Shows for kids.
And some of them were better than others. Some were kind of weird. Some were kind of stupid. Some were artistic masterpieces, like, for example, the Nickelodeon show Salute Your Shorts, which is a 90s show that every 90s kid remembers and then is shocked to discover that every other 90s kid remembers it too. Now, the thing about these shows is that their primary goal was to entertain, as I remember. That's different from the situation that we have today, where kids shows seem to consider entertainment sort of a secondary concern. The primary goal now is to ensure that the children in the audience adopt the correct political and ideological viewpoints.
Wheel of fortune, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
And by correct, I mean those views that are in keeping with the mainstream beliefs of our culture, and by that I mean incorrect. So by correct, I mean incorrect. We'll begin with the latest example, and maybe the worst. This one is fresh out of the indoctrination oven. It's the show Muppet Babies, in which Gonzo comes out as a gender-fluid cross-dresser. Yes, really. Let's watch.
There you are. You missed our royal ball. We met the most amazing princess. But they ran away, and all they left behind was this.
Everyone, there's something I need to tell you. The princess who came to your ball tonight was me.
And this is where I paused.
But Gonzo, why didn't you tell us?
Because you all expected me to look a certain way. I don't want you to be upset with me. But I don't want to do things just because that's the way they've always been done either. I want to be me.
Oh, Gonzo, we're sorry. It wasn't very nice of us to tell you what to wear to our ball. You're our friend, and we love you any way you are.
Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
So as you can see, I didn't go farther than that.
Oh,
that
man.
I was like,
I heard something about this, man, but I didn't believe it. Somebody was telling me about it.
yeah,
And I was like, man, nah, that can't be true.
not cartoons,
Not the cartoon.
not the Animaniacs.
What's next? Mickey Mouse?
Well,
Mickey Mouse gonna tell Minnie Mouse,
Minnie,
you know, that
he
hey,
dating.
look, I always had a problem, and I just want to tell you, Minnie Mouse, I'm a trans.
Don't give him no idea.
That's just gonna I mean,
a cartoon,
so
a Muppet.
So how do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I mean, I found it very inappropriate. I was one of those kids that always stayed in the house, and cartoons was my thing. I was big into cartoons. Like, I was the child that no one knew my mom had because I never went outside. That was me, because I was always into cartoons. And just seeing that, I'll be very shocked, and I may not even I wouldn't even let my kids watch the cartoons anymore, because what they're gonna do next?
I think that at the end of the day, man, I know that they're trying to make a statement.
What kind of statement?
A statement like they're trying to, you know, let people know it's okay to be who you are
In their reality.
Yeah, in their reality. But the thing
don't
is
put it
that,
on kids.
You know, I get, you know, man, I'm at loss of words.
As a dad, would you let if our kids were young?
No, I can't. came in the room and I seen that, and I've been had a breakdown. What is this? Because I would think it's like a prank or something.
Right.
You know, it wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, but I think that you do need to, you know, it's okay to tell a person how you feel.
Yeah.
But you ain't got to go to that limit.
But you
know,
don't
dressing
know.
up a dog a Muppet, you know, and make them, you know, into a full-blown woman in a dress. You know, I mean, that's a little bit overboard.
He's always been
You
a
know.
boy. When I was a little girl, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I see I see it as a joke. It's more of like, oh, is it meant to be funny? But all seriousness,
Man, really, I really don't have the words for it. I'm just lost. You know, you looked at some of it before.
No, just that part.
Just that part.
I
and I'm like,
just turned it off.
I can imagine what's coming next.
I'm kind of nervous, but I mean, Muppet Babies wasn't around when I was growing up. I guess we just had Sesame Street, and whatever was on that channel. You know, you kind of had limited TV because we didn't have cable, so you had to watch what was on regular TV back then. And the cartoons were limited, but Animaniacs, and we did have Bugs Bunny and stuff like that. And
So when did this cartoon come out?
I don't know.
Because I'm trying to figure out, at the end of the day, there's nobody holding nobody back. Tell a person how you feel. So they're doing all this stuff, putting it into the cartoons and Sesame Street, making it seem like these people still holding them back on what they can and what they cannot say. They already changed the language in the doggone dictionary. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
didn't tell nobody.
they already have a whole community. So it's nobody saying, hey, we don't want, you can't do that. You do what you want to do. But now you're taking this stuff and you're putting it in the cartoons, making it seem like you still have to press the issue that people are holding you back.
But nobody's holding you back. It's just more of, okay, now you're pushing your lifestyle on us, because if you say something about it, you're gonna be an obit.
They're trying to make it seem like this is reality, that we need to wake up. It's kind of like the Matrix.
I'm not asleep. Well, it did say woke kids show, but like it wasn't woke. I was woke when I was watching it as a little girl. I didn't see.
You know how the Matrix was, you know, and it's like we'll sleep and they'll awake and they're trying to wake us up with those pills, and this is the pills that they feed you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, through the cartoons and through the shows and through all these. I mean, think about it.
But to kids,
every show that come on, they gotta have some kind of gay thing going in it, so that it desensitizes you to make you feel like it's okay. It's okay for a man to kiss another man. It's okay for a woman to kiss another woman. At the end of the day, that's your prerogative. But you can't push that on me. You can't push that on kids. You got to give them the opportunity to make a decision for themselves.
Yeah.
When a child watch that, it's confusing them.
yeah.
Because they're like, hey, yo, I can wear a dress. Oh, okay. You know, it's like...
Well, I'm not buying a dress for my son. Sorry. All right.
See, this is why it's so important to have a father in the home. It's clear that Gonzo doesn't have a father in the home to say, hey, take that thing off. You look stupid. Get that thing off of you.
Take that ridiculous thing.
You know, some people will point out that kid shows in the past have had episodes where boys dress as girls, and that's true. But in the past, whether it was a kid show or something for older kids or you know, older audiences, something like Mrs. Doubtfire, a movie from the 90s, Robin Williams, in the past, this plot point was always played for laughs, right? It was supposed to be funny. The point was that boys look stupid in girls' clothes, and we should laugh about it.
Oh, yeah! Well, you know what I think?
Who cares what you think? You're a girl now.
Now the point is that wearing girls' clothes is great and courageous, and more boys should try it. You know, if you've raised your kids correctly, and they were to watch Muppet Babies and they saw that, they would start laughing. Like if my boys watch Muppet Babies, which they won't, but if they did and they saw that, they would just laugh hysterically because they would say that's so silly and ridiculous, which it is. But now it's the goal is quite the opposite of that, which is, among other things, extremely creepy. Next, we have the show Arthur, one that I remember from my childhood as well, the show about a lovable aardvark. I think that's what he is. I could be wrong. He used to be lovable. Anyway, he's lost a bit of his charm now that he's pushing critical race theory.
Hey, Arthur. Hey, Buster. Did you see that video? Yeah, I just watched it. It was awful. I can't believe someone would be hurt like that just because they're black.
Racism is so unfair. No one should ever judge someone by the color of their skin.
But how could it happen here in Elwood City, right outside the Sugar Bowl?
Buster, it happens everywhere. I was talking to Mrs. McGrady the other day. She said there's a really long history of black people not being treated fairly in this country.
It has to stop. We have to do something. Yeah. But what can we do? I mean, I'm 8. I can't even fry an egg on my own. I don't know. Maybe Mrs. McGrady can give us some ideas. Hold on.
Isn't that the teacher?
Hello, boys. I'm so glad you reached out to me. Yes, I saw the video too. And let me tell you, it made my blood boil.
Me too. It also made me scared. I mean, this happened in our neighborhood.
It is scary, Buster. But you should know that a lot of grown-ups are fighting racism and working hard to keep us all safe.
Hyundai Elantra versus Nissan Sentra. Look what Elantra has, and what Sentra does.
Why does this keep happening, Mrs. McGrady?
Well, racism is like a disease. If you don't treat it, it's just going to get worse.
Okay, let me jump in there, Mrs. Grady, if I could. Mrs. McGrady, whatever your name is. Why does it keep happening? Well, for the same reason that unicorns keep shitting on your roof. That is, it's not happening. Like, at all. There have been comparatively few unjustified police shootings of anyone. Statistically, this is undeniable from a statistical standpoint. And almost none of them.
So when did the video come out? This is something pretty much old.
Probably like the last few years.
Oh, okay.
The author? Yeah.
Yeah.
The author. Mm-hmm. Okay. My baby's out. When the heck? I didn't know what they came out with.
Because as I was looking, I'm like, man, we watching cartoons. But oh wow, man. I mean,
okay. So you mean to tell me a cartoon that's primarily animals is talking about racism? Make it make sense.
Hey.
Make it make sense.
He's just trying to get the point across, man. That's all. So using whatever methods they can use to get. They got to use puppets. They use puppets. You know.
But then they called the teacher. Why not ask the parent about that?
I mean, I think I stated something in the past video that a lot of kids, they have actually the teachers are actually parents. Because they don't get no information from home, so they go to the school. They can only get the information from the teacher. But that it should start at the house. It should start at the house, but then again, it's making it seem like, hey, this should be taught in schools. Yeah. So now it's like they're making it seem like, okay, besides having to teach, you know, the Florida standards or Common Core, whatever standards your state teaches. You have to also include critical race theory and all these things along with that, along with helping a child or with like mental struggles. Okay. That's a lot to put on our teacher's plate. I have a problem with teaching. I have no problem with teaching. I have a problem with comforting a child, being there if they need me, if they need somebody to talk to. I have no problem with doing that. Yeah. But now you want me to do a job that a parent, I would think, would want to do. Yeah. You would think a parent would want to share that information with their child. Yeah. Well, let's get back to it.
Have any connection to racism? So this is not a thing that's actually happening, and yet the people behind Arthur want small children to imagine they live in a country where black people are being killed left and right for the color of their skin, just like walking on the street. They just get murdered by the cops.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and...
Sorry to pause again. That's why I was asking, when was this video put out? I see if it was put out around 1960. It can't be put out. It couldn't be put out in 1960.
I wasn't born.
Yeah, exactly. So they're still, you know, making it seem like racism is so. I know racism is out there, but it's not to a point where how it was in the 60s. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like slavery and all that stuff. So we got to stop playing victim, having this victim mentality. And then what you're doing is making it seem like, oh, everything is just terrible. We haven't overcame anything. Yeah. We're still, you know, held down because of whatever. But no, it's no.
Tell lies?
And by the way, side note, what does race even exist in the Arthur universe?
You can't just invent a holiday, Arthur.
Well, sure you can. My family celebrates Kwanzaa, and that was invented for African Americans by Dr. Maulana Karenga in 1966.
Not sure what's going on there exactly, but let's keep going. We'll stay on the racial side of things with this from a show that I don't even know what the show is, but it's called Steven Universe. Here it is.
And I used to watch.
All right, class. Can anyone tell me who invented the light bulb?
Thomas Edison!
Cameron
That's
did.
not entirely true. The light bulb could more rightfully be attributed to Lewis Latimer, the black inventor behind the filament inside the bulb.
His invention made light bulbs affordable and efficient enough for the general public, bringing electric light into households around the world.
Well, so now you know. Wait, is that it? Hold on. We're not going to mention why he invented the filament? To create a better standard of living for people who had only just been freed from slavery? Are we going to ask why kids are apparently learning about Thomas Edison?
Thomas Edison!
Ugh, and not learning about Lewis Latimer? These textbooks are incomplete. There were black Roman warriors, black medieval knights, black classical musicians, black cowboys, black fighter pilots. Where are they?
Okay.
She like snap.
I don't want to get into a historical debate with a cartoon, but at the same time, no, you could not attribute the light bulb to Lewis Latimer if you actually care about things like the truth and historical accuracy. You know, those little details like that. Yes, Latimer innovated a filament for the bulb. He didn't invent the filament, but he did come up with a better, longer-lasting filament, which is great. That doesn't equate to inventing the light bulb. All right, I could invent a more durable tire or a more reliable braking system. Well, I couldn't do that, but somebody could. That doesn't mean that I get to claim that I invented the car, though. And I can't invent the car because it's already been invented. So there's that little detail. As for the actual inventor of the light bulb, there is a debate that could be had about who exactly that was. Edison deserves most of the credit that he gets. Joseph Swan is an English scientist, also developed an incandescent bulb independently. But Joseph Swan was white.
I serve for the place I call home.
What are they doing these cartoons?
I serve.
So the fact is, many of the most important inventions in modern society were given to us by white people, usually men. Not all, but a great many. That's not a racist statement. That is just a fact. It's also not something to be ashamed of, or embarrassed about, or competitive about, or angry about. Rather than trying to steal this invention from Thomas Edison, when he's not even around to defend himself, how about saying, hey, thanks, Thomas Edison. There are at least one good white guy that's been out there. There are many others, it turns out. All right, so no list of woke children's shows would be complete without the Blue's Clues drag queen episode, which...
At the end of the day, man, you know, you can say white man, black man, Mexican man.
But they
Spanish
all
man.
contribute
all it's
something
man,
better.
period, man. Just man created. Man created. A man created this.
Or
you know,
created something to help something be better.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know, different races did that. So,
I
mean,
mean,
it
do you think you have to put color on it?
No. But I'm just saying is that, okay, if one race did something such, somebody may have came behind a different race and just, like, made it better.
Made it better, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with that. Hey.
Let the car carburetor.
Maybe you've seen by now, but it's got to be on the list. So let's all enjoy that once again.
Hey, Blue, look at all these families. Hi, families. It's time for a pride parade. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two mummies. They love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big hooray. Families marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. Trans members of this family all love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Come join the fun.
This, by the way, is a show for preschoolers. Okay, like 3-year-olds. Pushing drag queens and pansexuals. Do you know what a typical plot for Blue's Clues used to be? Steve, who was the guy.
Steve!
He would lose his glue stick, and he'd have to find it. And he would ask Blue, hey, Blue, do you know where my glue stick is? And Blue would be all coy about it, even though Blue knows where the damn glue stick is. He won't just tell Steve where it is. So he starts planting all these clues around the house. And Steve is very patient. He's like, okay, I got to go do all that. We're going to spend 30 minutes looking for the damn glue stick. You just tell me where it is, Blue. But he doesn't do it. He actually goes, and so that's the whole episode. It's just Steve trying to find his glue stick. And at the end, he finds it. And that's the end of the show. That was a kid's show. Yeah. And now we have pansexual toads and bisexual turtles singing about their favorite sexual orientation. So a little bit of a different approach.
Can straight families be included?
I get what you were saying about Blue Clues and all that stuff, and Steve, you were saying that they made it simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
I used to watch
this
it.
Is making
As
it
an adult.
just man, is it about ratings? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
At the end of the day, a child watch this show and like, okay, all right.
But what if a
3 years
child
old
comes
and-
with our household, our kids had a mom and a dad. What about a child who has a mom and a dad and they don't see that in that parade? How are they supposed to feel? So now you're leaving out those kids because you're trying to push your agenda and making these kids feel like your family is wrong.
Yeah. And man, I see it like this. As long as you're not, you can, voice your not opinion, but I just think that you got, I guess they call it a opinion, but I mean, it's actual facts that at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, this has to be an identity crisis going on. You can't identify with who you are as a person. That's why you need that help. And when you have a child watching a cartoon that's drag queens and turtles that's painted, and the turtles the turtle don't know who he is. The squirrel don't know who he is. It's a bunch of animals and people just having this whole crisis of not knowing who they are. And it's sad because now you can't have a normal cartoon.
No.
It's not normal.
It's not a normal cartoon anymore.
It has been twisted up by somebody with a crisis mind. And at the end of the day, I can't say it's an opinion because, and I know people say, well, you're entitled to your own opinion, but at the end of the day, man, this is crazy. Leave the cartoons alone. Just leave them alone.
Leave
man.
the cartoons alone.
Just leave them alone, man, and let the kids be kids. Stop pushing this stuff on them, man. You causing conflict with the kids. They don't even know what they're trying to figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. They're in a learning stage. And the thing,
learning stage. I like how you said that. Learning stage.
And you're teaching them how to be confused because they're asking questions. And I'm a boy. I'm a girl. What am I?
And those are questions that you wouldn't think a child should be asking. A child should be, I guess, asking not questions like that. I've been watching Gracie's Corner on the rewind with my grandkids since they've been home, and I tell you what, I think I know every song just about. She's my granddaughter sings it. My son, my grandbaby, who may have autism, he even sings them. That's what they enjoy. They're learning something from it.
I think that you have to focus on love. You can make a statement by focusing on love. You ain't got to push all this stuff out here and try to make people see it your way.
Yeah.
If that's who you are, be that. But at the end of the day, leave the kids alone. Let them watch the cartoons. Keep it simple, KISS method. Keep it simple so they can, learn. Because kids' minds are like sponges. They're picking up everything. And you're confusing them. And it's sad. And I was at a loss of words in the beginning of the film. I'm still at a point where
Me too.
At loss of words. And I don't understand. And like I said, I'm not saying hate nobody. All I'm saying is that we have to do everything in love. And I just think this right here, the cartoons that's going on, I don't know if they still exist, whatever. But this is crazy.
Yeah.
We get the point. We get it.
We got it.
We
got the point.
You want to change? I think it's an alligator that changes its sex in the egg when it's
based on the temperature.
Based on the temperature, yeah.
That's the turtle.
Is alligators or reptiles?
Reptile, yeah.
So it's based on the temperature. So based on how
So the yeah.
And I always tell people, I say, hey, look, you control your you control your thermostat. If somebody upsets you, you know what I'm saying, you got the right to turn it up to 90. Oh, you turn it down to 60. You control your thermostat. So it's like now everyone has this thermostat they're allowing other people to control it. Saying, hey, you can be whatever you want to be. You know, kind of like the army. You can be all you want to be. Whatever you want. Join the army. So join the gay parade. You can be whatever you want to be. They have it in cartoons. Join us. Join us. Whatever you want to do, you can be this. So what they're doing is they're controlling your thermostat in your household, turning it up or turning it down to where they want it to be at. I think everyone has the right to make their own decision. But when it comes to these kids, keep it simple. Just have a cartoon. They don't understand racism. They don't understand gay parades, people marching with flags. They don't understand that stuff. They're trying to figure out, what is that, Dad? Who is that? That's a big guy. And he dressed up into a dress. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my statement. I guess that's the right word. I don't want to say opinion, but opinion. Yeah. I mean, I guess opinion. I guess I call it an opinion, but
somebody in our one of our chats said that they identify as a millionaire. They're gonna go to their doctor so their doctor can confirm that they're a millionaire. And I was like, why we gotta go to the doctor? I know we can go to the doctor to confirm we're millionaires. I'm going to mine too. Okay. I mean, I know it was a joke, but it's still like, why I have to have somebody else confirm something about me. But y'all bother with kids. Cartoons.
Dude, when you becoming that millionaire, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
Yep. All right. We got a few more minutes left on this one. All right.
Approach, I suppose. Okay. One more. We'll close with lesbian horses on My Little Pony. Let's watch this.
You three truly have a gift for helping ponies.
Aw, thanks, Aunt Holiday. But I'm not sure we can take credit for this one.
Of course you can. You encouraged that colt to try new things. And because you all believed in him, he succeeded.
I could use that kind of help.
Come on, Auntie Lofty. You already have your cutie mark.
A lot of good it does me. I can't decide what theme to give this quilt. I've run out of inspiration.
How about apples, puppies, kites, or cotton candy, or ballet? What about a Wonderbolt quilt?
See? Leave it to you three to come up with more ideas than I've had in a year. Now that's talent.
Oh, is that it? Okay. I was waiting because
maybe
first of all, I didn't mean to misgender the horses. That's actually not a horse. That's a unicorn, it would seem. But you know how bad it's gotten? That was the tamest thing we saw. I was like waiting for. That was downright quaint and conservative in comparison to what you normally get from kid shows these days. I mean, it's only a lesbian couple on My Little Pony.
They didn't say that.
The lesbian unicorns, they're not even into like BDSM or anything. There's no subplot where one of them gets a sex change. This is old-fashioned. Really. That's how bad it's gotten.
I did not see
and it's just one more reason why you should turn the TV off. Send your kids outside. Let them go run and play. Scrape their knees. Bloody their noses a little bit. Minor injuries await them outdoors, but at least they'll still have their souls and their brains.
And I say,
wow. I mean, the last one, it didn't say anything about, they were, roommates or sisters. It's more of a safe one. You're not really pushing anything on anybody. But I get what he's saying as far as, the My Little Ponies. And
what happened in the last one? What was going on?
Nothing, they were just talking.
Oh,
but it was just,
I was waiting on something.
But that's what I'm saying. That was like, okay.
It's mild. But.
Yeah, that's okay. But you was like, I would think they were sisters. Because the little ponies called the big pony Auntie such and such, and then the other pony was Auntie such and such.
Okay.
So in my mind, in my head, sisters. Yeah. But maybe they was a couple in a different episode.
That's how you look at it, man.
But yeah, but that right there, a child would be confused by that. It's just like, hey, I mean, my mom had 4 girls, so of course my kids know they have aunts. Wow. But the other ones, what they do in the Blue's Clues? And again, our families that have a father and a mother considered still families. Like, I know our kids won't think that, but what if another family does?
They're saying that they consider you still a family. It's just that they want you to consider them a family as well.
But then you don't include families would have a mother and a father.
It's because they're trying to focus.
Because they're trying to focus on
their point.
Their point.
Yeah.
But again, what is that to say to another child that has a mother and a father at home?
Yeah. So you're
still creating something.
Yeah.
Wow. This is crazy.
What it is, man.
It's only cartoons. It's cartoons.
But hey, it is.
I'm gonna need a bigger cup.
Yeah, that's a big cup.
I'm gonna need a bigger one.
Why? You ain't got enough liquid in there? But other than that, man, hey, peace.